Welcome back, folks, to another rebuild, and due to a popular request, we're going back to Scotland, and this time we're going to be taking charge of Hearts for the next 5 seasons in a bid to try and topple Celtic / Rangers at the top of that Scottish Premiership. After enjoying the greatest era, enjoying the 1890s, history that the Hearts can be proud of, boasting a total of 19 competition wins, including the Scottish top division in 1895, 1897 and 1958 and 1960, being the last time they won the top flight, finishing runners-up 14 times and 8 Scottish Cup wins to their name as well. After being relegated, I think in the 1920 season, they managed to get back a season later, and since then they haven't been out of the top 3, and I think they are currently 3rd now as well, and they're doing really well, but they are some way off the 2 giants in Scotland. We only have 100 grand to play with though, budget wise, so we'll see what we can do with that. Probably not a lot, unfortunately, and we have got a wage budget of just under £95,000 a week. The favoured formation is the DM formation with the 4-2-3-1, which isn't too bad. I quite like this formation now. I've got used to it. I'm a convert, I'm not gonna lie. They wanted to sign players under the age of 22 for the future. That's going to be kind of difficult with 100 grand of a transfer budget. Develop players using the club's youth system. We'll see how good they are as well and work within the budget. But for this season, they want us to qualify for the Europa League, reach the latter stages of the Scottish Cup, be competitive in the Conference League. Also, we are in the Conference League, so that's good. So if we win that, we'll get into the Europa League and reach the latter stages of the Viaplay Cup as well. Before we have a look at the players, we're just above average in the coaching, which we have got a lot of room to bring new coaches in, and we're below average in the recruitment department as well, which again we have got 3 places there. Finances, £4 million in the bank, like I say, 100 grand transfer budget, and we are at the almost top end of the wages budget as well, so not really much room to maneuver there. And as I said earlier, since coming back from the championship where they won it convincingly enough, they did finish 3rd in the first season back, then 4th last season, and I think they are currently 3rd, but they were some way off the eventual winners, I think Celtic or Rangers, but I think it's somewhere around about 30 to 40 points, of which we have got to close that down. So if I have a look at some of our players and see what we've got, 40-year-old Craig Gordon, he's still playing. That is really, really good. He still doesn't look that bad at all, actually. We have got Zander Clark just behind him. How old is he? He's 31. So they do like the older players, but they are in their prime. But I would have thought Craig Gordon will be dropping off round about now. Alex Cochrane as well, left back. Looks okay, probably for this division. Shankland, 27-year-old striker. Great finishing, and he's not the quickest, but he's got really good penalty taken and good determination. His anticipation is pretty nice as well. Work rate, yeah, pretty good for a forward, I reckon. Craig Halkett as well, centre back. Okay, looks pretty decent. 28 years old. We've also got Frankie Kent, another centre back, 27 years old. Again, looks pretty decent. Cameron Devlin, 25-year-old midfielder. Wow, his mentals look amazing. Determination, bravery, aggression, work rate. Workhorse. Can he play DM? He can, but we'll have to have a look at that. You've got Kenneth Vargas, left winger, right winger. It looks okay-ish. Got some potential. And if we have a look at some high potential players as well, which we have got on loan, unfortunately, like Alex Lowry, 20 years old. If we could hang on to him, but £50 million, I don't think that's going to happen somehow. And also Odell Afaya, right back, again out of our price range, unless he's actually coming to us. Yotaro Oda, 21-year-old from Japan, right wing. Acceleration and pace looks pretty decent, and he's got good stamina as well. But apart from that, determination, teamwork and work rate, it's okay. We'll have quite a lot of players to have a look at here, and there seems to be an awful lot that are running out of contract next season. So we're going to have to sort them ones out. We may not have anything left of the budget after that, unfortunately. So we'll have to have a quick look. So the current transfers that they have made already is Michael McGovern, Frankie Kent at Fire, Lowry and Vargas, who are brought in on loan. So really just a £200,000 pay for Kent. If we have a look at the B team then, because they do want us to develop using the youth system. McLucky, right winger. Looks okay, but not the finished article by any means of the imagination. Sandilands, cam position, again. Looks okay. First team, probably not yet. If we have a look at our under-18s. Is only Gus Stevenson, midfielder. Again, bit of determination, vision, looks okay. But again, a long way off. A very high potential though. And that is about it, I think. Oh, hang on, there's one here. Rocco Friel, 16-year-old fullback. Okay, some way off. So with no real money at all, we spent majority of it on wages. And we brought one player in, Namdi Afuboth. I've probably butchered it, I do apologise. 23-year-old Nigerian to sit as a DM. We are playing DM role, but we're going to try something different with the formation. But he looks really, really solid to sit at the back just in front of the defence and do a part for us. Got some good potential on him as well, and 23 years old. Does come in at £6,000 a week though, unfortunately. The formation is this. This is what we're going to be going with. I've seen a few rebuilds being done with attacking players, more or less with the wingers coming in as a cam role positions or shadow strikers, but we're going to have him out on the wing, see what happens. And Oda is the only player that we're locking in. He can play right wing as well, actually. He looks pretty solid actually at right wing, but not bad fit. Well, he's got poor finishing, but he looks pretty solid and he can play up top. So we want to see how well he does, and if anything he can always go out to the wing if he improves as well. But he's scored 5 goals for us in the Europa Conference League, 1 in the league, and yeah, he's scoring goals, 6 in 8 in all competitions so far. And as you can see, the friendlies went okay with this formation, and we did all right other than that as well. In the league, we drew with Kilmarnock after beating St Johnstone 4-1. We then lost to Dundee, which was disappointing. So a win, draw and a loss so far. But in Europe, I think that's where they more or less concentrate on. But we did beat AZ 2-1 at home, drew 2-2 away. Then we played Besiktas 3-0 at home, and then 4-4 away from home. And yeah, we dominated that game as well, I think. In the Viaplay Cup, we played Ayr. We won that 3-2, so we're through to the next round. And in the league, we are lying in 7th position, but we have got a game in hand. We have drawn Aston Villa, Aris, Limassol and Victoria Pleasant in the Europa Conference League. So I'm expecting us to get out of that group at least. And we've drawn Celtic in the next round of the Viaplay Cup. And the season preview has us at 50-1, same with Hibs, to finish 3rd in the table behind Celtic and Rage. And remember, our task is to upset the apple cart and try and either dislodge one of them or both of them off the top or get in between them. That will be a phenomenal rebuild if we could do that. Right then, season 1 has finished and we're 3rd. We're in the Europa League. Whether that's the qualifiers, I'm not so sure. But Celtic and Rangers are above us. We're only 11 points off Rangers this season. They lost 9 games. And we're 25 points off Celtic. So it's not a massive 30-40 points as there have been in recent seasons. However, 89 goals scored, which is the 2nd highest in the league. But we do concede an awful lot though, but our goal difference isn't too bad. Celtic, 100 goals scored, 27 against. Wow. I'm quite happy with that. The first time I've used that formation with everybody piling up top on one DM, I think it's worked a treat. We've scored goals, that's for sure. We just need better players in them positions now. There's only Atkinson that gets into the charts really. He gets best player of the league, 7.52, fantastic. Most assists in the league as well. How old is he? He's 24 years old, right back. That's superb. Also gets the most man of the match awards as well. I mean, that's something. That's really good. Arguably our best player this season. So league form, we didn't do too bad actually. We only lost 3 games in the first 5 months, which is brilliant. A 6-0 win over St Johnstone there. 5-4 win over Hibs. So we have been scoring goals. St Mirren managed to keep us out in a 0-0 draw, and Celtic did as well. Did we beat Celtic or Rangers in this foray here? Rangers, we beat 5-2 away from home. Wow, that is phenomenal. And we beat them 4-3 at home. Jeez. And then the second half of the season, we've lost our way a little bit though. 4-0 loss to Celtic, 2-0 to Rangers, so they get their own back on us. Aberdeen beat us 2-1. And St Mirren beat us. And Celtic, that's the championship part where it splits into two. But a 6-2 win over Livingston on the final day, which isn't too bad. But yeah, the losses to Celtic, Ross County and St Mirren, them three we should be winning, especially if we beat Rangers 6-4. I mean, if we beat Rangers 6-4, we should be beating Ross County, who we smash over here somewhere. I think we did 5-0. Talk about topsy-turvy. We need a little bit more stability, I think. Scottish Cup, we get all the way to the semi-finals after beating Queen of South, St Mirren. Seem to crop up everywhere, don't they? Kilmarnock and losing to Hibs. 52nd minute from Cadden. The all-decisive goal. We did lose to Celtic in the Viaplay quarterfinals 1-0, 68th minute winner. Conference League, it looks like we didn't even get out of the groups. We did all the hard work to get into the groups, beating Aris 4-2. We lost to Victoria Pleasant. We beat Aston Villa, and then we lost to Villa. So why did we not get out of the group? Wow, goal difference possibly. We beat them 2-1, and they beat us 3-1. That'd probably be what the problem was then. They scored more goals against us. 11 goals scored there. And we beat Villa once as well. That's harsh. I expect us to get out of the group at least with that competition. So let's have a look where the goals come from. Well, we scored a lot of goals, that's for sure. Oda, our Japanese forward, who can play right wing as well actually. 23 goals, 5 assists. Not bad for the 22-year-old. Shankland, who's 28 now, 21 and 7. Forrest, it looks like he's injured as well, 15 and 9. Grant, 15 and 11. 4 players in double figures. 14 assists for Atkinson. Phenomenal season from him as well. So going into the season then, 13, nearly 14 million in the bank, and we've been given £5.5 million, which is damn good, and just over £10,000 a week in wages as well. So we might put some of that into wages and get some more players in, maybe get some more free players in, possibly see what's about. But that is pretty good and definitely something we can work with. So with just over £5 million to play with, we start off with a free transfer. Both our old aging goalkeepers, Gordon being one of them, both retired this season, so we're down to one goalkeeper from 3 to 1. And to be perfectly honest, Clark isn't that great, but Arthur Okonkwo comes in, 22-year-old, bags of potential. It looks like he's improving already. He's had a few games in fact he's played 7 competitive games for us already, conceding 6, 4 clean sheets, which is superb, and playing at a rating of 7.2. So he's going to be our future goalkeeper, I'm hoping. Unless we get more money, then obviously we'll bring in a better goalkeeper at that. But for the time being, he was the best available. And for a freebie, we couldn't really argue. We decided to strengthen the back, and we bring in Famose Mendy, £1.2 million from Lorient. It just speaks for itself, I think. 23 years old. He's definitely one of our best defenders currently. Him and Halkett at the back should be very, very strong together. And he's got bags of potential as well. And finally, our most money spent, £3.5 million from Burnley, Darko Cherlinov, 24 years old, a winger. I felt like we needed somebody stronger, and he can play both sides. So if Forrest gets injured, he can slot into that side, or Odo can, and then we'll have Tagawa up front, which is I think what we're playing at the moment. So at the minute, things are working very well. And 24 years old, again, he's almost at his potential, but he's improving all the time. Flair, determination and aggression. Wow, he's very pacey as well, and he can dribble. Brilliant. So this is the formation we are going with. We have just changed inside forward to a winger, and I think that was a DLF, deep line forward. Now an advanced forward, and the goalkeepers, instead of support, he is a goalkeeper on defence this time as well. So if we pick our best 11, we have all our new signings in there, which is brilliant. And needless to say, we've been doing pretty well. We've had to get used to the formation to begin with, and they've gone okay. We did start the campaign against Dundee. We win. Drew with Rangers 1-1 this time at home, despite taking the lead with Lammers scoring for Rangers in the 92nd minute. Very, very annoying. We did beat Livingston 1-0, and we also beat Kilmarnock 4-1 as well. So we're in good standing. I think as those eagle eyes amongst you, we are currently in the first position. The Europa League, we managed to get past Young Boys, beating them 1-0 and 4-4 away. And we're into the next round of the Vi Cup, beating Falkirk 2-0 after extra time. Shankland and Oda scoring both late goals. The Europa League sees us against Besiktas, Atletica Pamplona, Slavia Prague, Galatasaray, Zrinski, Astana, AZ and Newcastle. And the VAR play, I think we've got Hibs. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we should progress. We are currently lying top of the table, which is quite nice. There's only ourselves and Rangers that are unbeaten. Celtic have already lost, and that was to Aberdeen 3-2 on all fronts. So fingers crossed for a quadruple, if there ever is such a chance. And we are 33-1 behind Aberdeen now. So it was ourselves and Hibs. Now it's Aberdeen, but we were 50-1 before. Now we're 33-1. We're climbing, but we're still in 4th position. And there's only one player that's not Celtic on the Dream 11, and that's Cantwell of Rangers, I'm guessing it is. So let's go into our second season, and let's see what damage we can cause. Season 2 comes to a close, and once again we finish in 3rd position, quite comfortably actually, 7 points ahead of Hibs and a further 2 points from Aberdeen. We're only 9 points behind Rangers now, and we lost less games than them as well, so that's a massive improvement. 73 goals scored, 44 conceded. Again, it's an improvement from last season. We conceded one hell of a lot less last season. I think we conceded 60 goals, I think it was. 61. But we did score less goals, but 72 points as well. I mean, that's a massive improvement as well. Still 20 points behind Celtic, but the gap has been closed on Rangers. And we lost 2 games and drawn 2 in the last 4. So that kind of cost us a little bit, I think. And Shankland, wow, 17 goals in the league this season. Superb. Oda as well, 13 assists. And our goalkeeper, Okonkwo, 13 clean sheets. Fantastic stuff. We lost our first game to Celtic, then that followed quickly by Hibs, both 1-0. Which isn't too bad. Aberdeen we smashed 4-1. Ross County we drew. Beat St Mirren this time. Rangers we lost, unfortunately. We beat Dundee 5-3. Wow. Celtic we lost again too. Aberdeen and Hibs we beat. Ross County. Wow, look at that. February. Rangers we beat their 2-0. 4-1 or 5-2. Scoring goals again. And then we just slack off towards the end of the season, and this, where it splits into 2. After beating Rangers again like we did last season, we drew with Aberdeen and St Mirren this time, but lost to Celtic and Hibs. That's cost us points, massive points. Scottish Cup we only get as far as the 5th round, losing 4-3 to Aberdeen, again disappointingly. After beating Greenock 5-1 in the 4th round. Five play we lost to Hibs 3-0. I expected to get past them. We didn't. However, in the Europa League, we did get as far as round of 16. We didn't qualify in the top 8 by looks of things, because we went into the playoff round where we beat Anderlecht 5-1 overall. But we played Galatasaray, losing by 1 goal in each of the 2 games. But in the league phase, how did we fare? We beat Besiktas, beat Atletica Pamplona, we drew with Slavia Prague. We did lose to Galatasaray, of course we did. But we thrashed Zrinski, Astana we beat, AZ we beat, and we lost to Newcastle. So we only just missed out of a top 8 finish by goal difference by looks of things as well. And it was Porto going on to win it from Newcastle. Wow, 2-1 after extra time. More importantly, where did our goals come from? So Shankland, 24 goals and 12 assists. Fantastic stuff. Tagawa, 18 and 10. That's not bad as well from the 26-year-old. Oda must have played on the right-hand side, 16 and 20. Wow, that is phenomenal. Sherlinoff, 15 and 11. Superb. So, I mean, our front line's pretty good, and we do need, I think, an out-and-out striker. I mean, Shankland's doing okay. Grant, I think we do need somebody else in that position, although he did finish with 11 and 12 figures. That's superb as well. Atkinson, 12 assists as well. Fantastic. Conquo, 76 conceded. He's looking pretty good, so it could be better this season. We just need to strengthen in the other areas now. And to do that, we've been given nearly £10 million, £9 million. That is... wow, that's brilliant. That's nearly double what we had last season. Starting with a couple of outs first. Offerball, he's gone to St Mirren. I can't believe this guy went. He wanted to leave, so there was nothing more we could do. But from a freebie up to 725,000, we had to part ways. And another player that was devastatingly gone is Nathaniel Axton. He's gone to Hull for £4.8 million. He was pretty difficult to replace. 26 years old, really good. He only played 27 games. I'm surprised he didn't play more than that, though, to be fair, but very consistent in his ratings as well. But to replace him, we brought in Calvin Ramsey from Liverpool for £4.6 million. Literally a straight swap, I think. And Calvin Ramsey, I think, can play a very big part in this rebuild. Very high potential as well, so hopefully that will improve over the next couple of seasons. And from Sassuolo for £3.8 million, we're bringing another forward. Higawa is okay, but I don't think he's strong enough. Janis Antiste, finishing is not too bad, but the pace and acceleration looks pretty good as well, and he looks like he's on the up as well. 20 goals in 123 games so far, 1 in 3 for ourselves, so hopefully this league will help him quite a bit. It's been around a bit, France, Italy and Germany. But overall, I think, again, another one with some potential. And I think he'll improve a fair bit as well. From Bournemouth, for £2 million, we bring in Gerard Yeeps, 23 years old. Who's going to play as a DLP in the DM role. That's the position I was really after, not a ball winner. But although the ball winner one has been doing quite well for that position. But we're going to try out the deep line playmaker role with a great first touch, good passing as well, positioning. He should work out pretty well for us. And finally, a free transfer, which is always a gimme. 23-year-old Faustino Anjorin. Great potential. He's halfway there, just over. And look at them stats. It looks like they're going up and up and up. And he's going to be playing in the cam role. I'm not sure whether he's going to be as a shadow striker or an attacking midfielder, one of the two. But I would like to see what a shadow striker would do, helping our forward line, since they're all attacking anyway. The season hasn't gone to plan as yet. The friendlies, yes, we can discount them, but it looked pretty solid with the 1-1 draw against Everton there. Then we started our campaign with a loss against Ross County at home as well. We were 2-0 down, never really looked like getting into the game, and yeah, not a great result. We did beat Livingston though, 3-1 at home though, so that was a good recovery. And then we lost away at St Mirren, disappointingly. And Afabor, who went there, scored in the 95th minute, so yeah, doubly disappointed. But we are through to the Europa League stage after beating Uchraj 4-2 overall, winning 4-0 at home, 2-0 loss away. And the Viaplay, we smashed Livingston 5-1 in the second round, of which we play Arbroath next. So, the Europa League, we play Olympiacos, Sarajevo, Molde, Villarreal, Trabzonspor, Sparta Prague, Ferencvaros and Marseille. That's pretty difficult, but I would expect ourselves to get out of there. We're currently lying in 8th position. Very poor so far. But we have got a game in hand, and yeah, that still wouldn't see us in the top 5. Rangers are not doing particularly well, but they've drawn one game, and that was against St Johnstone. Celtic have lost a game already, Motherwell. So despite losing 2 games, we're not that far behind. And the season preview has us down at 50-1 again. With Hibs and Aberdeen. We're just running toe-to-toe with them. Celtic favourites, Rangers at second, obviously. So don't forget, the aim of this rebuild is to split them in 2 or win the league ourselves if we can. And maybe win a couple of competitions along the way. And wow, what a massive improvement coming to the end of Season 3. I can't believe we're still 19 points behind Celtic. But look where Rangers are. We've split the 2. St Mirren are in 3rd. We beat Rangers by an incredible 20 points. What a turnaround. I think we're about 9 points behind them last season. This season we're ahead by 20. Nearly a 30 points turnaround. That is just something else. And we scored 90 goals. Still conceding a fair bit, but as long as we're scoring more and winning more, it doesn't really matter. But that is one hell of an improvement. And look at the last 5 games as well. I think that's what's helped us. We didn't lose any games in the last 5. And Angerin and Shankland are 2 forwards. Is Angerin a forward? I think it's a cam maybe. No, it's the cam. Wow, look at that player. He doesn't look like a 5-star player, but he's too good for this division, this league, that's for sure. Incredible. And he's wanted as well. If Saudi come with a lot of money, then it's a possibility. But wow, we found a hidden gem here. So 2 of our players in the top 3. Yangi of Ross County getting 21 goals for the season. Oda, 12 assists together with Shankland as well. Shankland also gets 9 Player of the Match awards, with Angerin getting 7. And Devlin, wow, 10 yellow cards. He wasn't the worst. So we didn't start off well with 3 losses in the first 2 months at all. I mean, that's what really did us, I think. Losing to Ross County, St Mirren and Celtic. Before we put a run together, which includes a win over Aberdeen at 2-1 and Hibs as well, 4-2. The fans will be happy about that as well. Rangers, we beat 1-0, 7-3 over Ross County. So we lost to them at the beginning and then went to their ground and literally spanked them 7-3. St Mirren we beat as well, so we got our own back on them because they beat us 3-0. We beat them 4-1. Aberdeen we win 3-1 this time, but we lost to Kilmarnock and Motherwell, but we drew with Hibs. And look at the running as well. That's the difference this season. The last few seasons, the run-ins have been really poor. This season, we've held it together, and that is amazing. A win over Rangers again. We did lose to Rangers there, though, 2-1, unfortunately. But a 5-3 win over Kilmarnock. Hibs, we beat 3-1. And then you look at the championship half. We beat Ross County, beat St Mirren, Partick, drew with Celtic, and beat Rangers. Before, we probably would have got 1 win out of that 5. Scottish Cup, we get as far as the quarterfinals, losing to Ross County after beating Bucky and Livingstone. Ross County 4-3. The winner coming in the 90th minute. Yangi. Is he a forward? He is. I wonder if it... Wow, jumping reach. Okay. We might have to have a look at him and make sure they don't do the same again to us next season. Oh, we get to the Viaplay Cup final as well, losing to Celtic. 69th minute winner there, even though we got one back in the 91st, just wasn't, well, it's too little too late, I feel. But after beating Livingston, Arbroath and Greenock Morton as well, 7-1 there against Arbroath. Oh, we could have won our first trophy on this rebuild. So unlucky. Maybe next season. Europa League, we get as far as the round of 16. Did we? I think we did that last season as well. But we qualified straight through. We didn't go any knockout round. We qualified straight to the round of 16. Losing to Lazio 6-1 overall, unfortunately. But we did beat Olympiacos 5-2. Sarajevo 3-1. Mold 2-0. 4-3 against Villarreal. That's a good result. 7-2 against Transport. We lost to Sparta Prague, but beat Ferencváros 5-1 and drew with Marseille. We ended up finishing 3rd with just that 1 loss. Who won it? Newcastle in there again. Villa. Okay, then Rangers missed out. They didn't qualify. And the final was won by Lazio, beating Villa 1-0. Wow, look at them goals. What a lot of goals. Shankland, 39. He's still doing the job at 30 years old with 14 assists. It's at 53 goal contributions. I think we might as well just hang on to him. He's worth 8 million though. If somebody comes in for him, we may have to hang on to him because Antiste is wanted by a fair few teams. We'll be lucky to hang on to him. But 30 goals and 54 with 11 assists. Fantastic from him. Angerin as well. 27 and 14. The players we brought in, superb. Cherlinov, 14 and 12. Our front line is superb. Tagawa, got a few games, 9 and 3. Oda as well, 24 years old now, 8 and 23 assists. 20 assists for Ramsey. That is what we're talking about. That's where why we brought him in. And of course he's wanted as well. Only by loan though. Goalkeeper, and Conquo, 90 goals conceded, 9 clean sheets. I mean, he looks okay. Might be time to get somebody in that's better, but I tell you what, I don't think we need to do that. As long as we're scoring more goals, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. But it would be nice to not concede as many though. 53 in the league, 7 clean sheets, 6.82. Not as good as last season. He conceded more last season, less clean sheets as well. Darn. Money wise, just under £5 million this season. We may be able to bring one in. If we sell a player off to Saudi, might have a little bit more. We have got 100% as well, so that's something. Have we got any debts? I didn't really look. Not really. Got a transfer debt of 43 grand, but no other debt. Right, the first of our transfers then, a freebie. We had to do contracts. There was a lot of players with a year left on the contract, and that kindly reduced our transfer budget. However, we did bring in Nelson Abbey, centre-back, 23 years old, on a free. Mainly as a backup, but he might actually play straight off the bat, because I do think he's probably our second best. In fact, he is our best defender, ahead of Mendy and Halkett as well. Halkett's getting a little bit older, so we're looking to replace him anyway. Abbey and Mendy, if they can play together, might be a force to be reckoned with. Also on a free, we're bringing Ko George forward. Shankland is pretty good. He's still doing the business. And if we just have a quick look at, he's been putting the ball away. I mean, he's been very consistent. He's scored 4 in 5 already. Wow. He's very consistent. However, we wanted another forward, a younger player, and well, what can I say about him as well then? He scored 2 in 5, 3 assists, 2 player of the match awards. He looks phenomenal. And with him and Antiste up front and the odd Shankland cameo, I think the goals will start flowing once again. And the only player that we did spend money on was 3.8 million on Neo Sangai. I probably butcher that name, so I do apologise, from Reims. He only played in the second team. Looking at his stats when he came to the club, he looks very good. He's arguably our best left back, although Nelson Abbey can play there as well, but I want him at centre back. But he's got bags of potential. Natural fitness is superb. Tackling's even better, and he can cross the ball also. So what more can you want from a left back? So we'll have a look at our side now. We haven't really changed much apart from the pressing forwards now are DLF, which suits our players a little bit better. We've locked in Sangai there. However, if we pick the best 11, oh, he does play in there as well ahead of Cochrane. Cochrane was ahead of him all this time. But if we play this side now, it looks absolutely superb. I think we can go a long way this year. And a long way we can. Just the 1 loss and 1 draw is all we've dropped this season. So the friendlies went without a hitch. We did lose to Wolves, that 1 loss at 4-3, but we did smash everybody else. We started our campaign in the Champions League in the first round qualifying. We beat Randers 5-2 and 2-1. The third qualifying round we beat Sturm Graz 3-1 and 4-0. Superb. Then the playoffs, we played Feyenoord 5-2 and drew 3-3. So it puts us through to the Champions League, of which we play PAOK, PSV, Inter Milan, Salzburg, Real San Sebastian, Copenhagen, Bayern Munich and Dortmund. Wow, finishing off with 2 German clubs. That's insane. The league, however, is, well, what can I say? It's even better. We're unbeaten, in fact. Ross County, a 3-1 win. Celtic, we beat them 3-1. That's what we really wanted to do. We want to beat the top clubs, and if we can get ahead of Celtic at this early stage, maybe we can stay there. We played Dundee, thrashed them 4-1, Kilmarnock 3-0 and Livingston 3-0 as well. And we also beat Queen of the South 3-0 in the Viaplay Cup second round, which we are in the quarterfinals playing Aberdeen. Top of the table, 5 for 5, 3 ahead of Celtic, courtesy of that 1 win over them. Rangers are falling way behind. They're 7 behind already and off the pace. We're all on a loan, predicted to finish third, 20-1. And we have got Andrew in the Dream 11. Fantastic. And it's only season 4, don't forget. We've still got 1 more season to go. So fingers crossed we can improve on last season, get to another final, this time hopefully win it, and maybe we can disturb the top 2 again this season, and maybe, with the way things are going at the moment, either close the gap on Celtic or overtake them. Would you just credit it, 4 seasons in and we have overtaken the 2 giants of Scotland. Unbelievable. It's only taken us 4 seasons to do it. We were whopping nearly 20 points. Let me just check last season. 19 points behind Celtic. This season, we're 2 points ahead. And we only lost 6 games. Only once to Celtic. But we did beat Celtic twice. But look at Rangers. I mean, I'm not being funny, but who's their manager? Does it say their manager somewhere? Can't find him. Craig Mulholland. He's only been in the job 63 days. They sacked Kettlewell after just a year. But that is that's crazy, losing 4 games in the last 5. 4 and 4. Wow. Can't believe it. We've won the title, and we get 2 people in the top 3 for goals, and that's George and Anjorin as well, 20 and 19 respectively, one behind Duck of Aberdeen. Anjorin gets the best player of the league. Shankland still hanging around, still doing the business, 12 assists with Anjorin again, this time 9 assists. Nobody showing up in the yellow cards, which is good, which means we're playing better. And Okonkwo, 12 clean sheets this season, and Ramsey 6 man of the match awards as well. We've broken it all up. Celtic were dominant, and we've just come in and nicked it right from underneath their noses. So after our explosive start, we carried that on against Partick and Hibs with a fantastic 4-1 victory before losing to Aberdeen, and then it was Celtic 3-2, and then Livingston at the end of November. But other than that, it's been pretty clean. Rangers, we win 2-0 at home. Kilmarnock 4-1 there. We have a good run. December, January. Very nice. Celtic with a victory there. 1-0. Rangers with 1-1 draw. Then we start scoring goals. Wow, look at that. 3 losses in the second half of the season to Partick, Rangers and Celtic. Thankfully, it wasn't enough to lodge us off the top. But an 8-1 victory there over St Mirren. 5-3 over Livingston as well. And 4-0 victory, the last gasp win to give us the trophy. Then I guess Celtic won their last game, did they? Yeah, they won 2-0 against Livingston, and they beat Rangers in the Scottish Cup final. So that just goes to show that we didn't win it this year. Oh dear. Spoiler alert. So moving into the Scottish Cup then, we did lose to the eventual winners Celtic then. 4-1 smashing though. We did beat Hibs, Hamilton and Aberdeen. Wow, Hibs 7-3. 6-4 against Aberdeen. Wow. However, we get to the final of the Viaplay Cup and we beat Celtic. Wow, what on earth was that back pass? Wow. We won 4-2. We beat Celtic in the final after extra time. The game going into a 2-2 draw after 90. We did take the lead before that. A crazy shot from McGregor for Celtic. But again, we take the lead this time in the 56th minute with us. Smash and grab, I guess. Shankland getting amongst the goals once more. I think he's got 2 in this game, actually. And the superb equaliser, though, 86th minute. But 2 goals, extra time. Sees us lift the trophy. I mean, it's a cracking Antiste. Look at that finish on the chest. Beautiful goal. And then the last one, Ramsey coming forward. Anjorin threads it through to George. Wonderful finish. A pretty dominant display as well. 56 possession for ourselves and 24 shots to their 15. We can safely say that we dominated this game and well-deserved victory. So that's the domestic double. Along the way, we did beat Queen of the South, Aberdeen, 5-2 actually, and then Queen's Park. The Champions League, wow, there's a lot of games being played here, but we get as far as a round of 16, losing to Inter Milan in the end. Did they beat us last season? I'm sure Inter Milan beat us last season or the season before. I can't remember. But Inter's name seemed to crop up a fair few times. But 6-3 overall. Both losses in both legs, unfortunately. But we did beat Juventus in both legs, though, in the knockout round. Group stage, we played PAOK, won that 3-0. PSV 2-1. We lost to Inter there as well, 4-2, before losing to Salzburg. But we beat Real San Sebastian 4-2, Copenhagen 2-1, and then we lost to Bayern Munich and Dortmund. So we lost 4 games. Where did we finish? 19th. Well, we only just qualified then. 3 points. Leipzig didn't go through. PSV didn't go through. PSG topped the group. 8 for 8. Wow. 33 goals. Oh, they did beat Celtic. So Celtic finished 14th. Let's have a quick look in the knockout round then. So Celtic must have... they went through against Fiorentina. And we went through Juventus. Round of 16, that's when we got knocked out. 6-3 Celtic. They got knocked out as well. 5-2 against Man City. And the final, PSG would beat Real Madrid 3-2. So squad-wise, let's have a look. Goals, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players in double figures. That's insane. 33 and 18 for Shankland. Wow. 53 games. Where's he playing? He must be playing somewhere. He might be taking Oda's place, but he's not. Oda's still playing. Where's Shankland playing? I'd like to know. 33 and 14 for George. Not bad in his first season as well. The 25-year-old coming to replace Shankland. I think we're going to hang on to Shankland a little bit longer, because if he's scoring goals and performing, why wouldn't you? And Anjorin, 27 and 15. And Teest, he didn't play as many games. Maybe Shankland's taken his spot. I don't know. But he got 13 and 8. Ramsey, 12 and 14. Oda, 17 assists with 9 goals. Chillinov, 19 and 17. I mean, that is... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players on double figures for assists. That's mad. Absolutely crazy. I mean, it's a superb side we've put together, but there are a few players that are fading off a little bit, I think. And a goalkeeper, once again, I think there's the problem, 89 goals conceded in 64, although we didn't concede that many in the league. He's worth £8 million now. Wow. So heading into next season, £25.5 million. We've got mega money in the bank, and it's all ours. No debts, nothing whatsoever. That is phenomenal. I don't think I've had a rebuild like it. It's all our money. Superb stuff. 25 million, 100% transfer revenue as well. We should be able to do something with this. So right on deadline day, we lost Arthur Okonkwo. He's gone to Fulham for £8 million. There must have been a release clause and I didn't spot it in time. So yeah, very disappointed that we lost him, which created a very large gap in the team. And there wasn't very much out there apart from Tevez Dajkar. He's Slovenian. He only costs us £300,000. And to be perfectly honest, he's not that bad a replacement. And I think he's going to do pretty well for us as well. He's from Domzale. Not conceding many goals at all. Had a very good season last season, even though he's conceded 9 in 5 this season. So we could pay the price this season, I think. So yeah, very disappointed that there's just nothing out there really goalkeeper wise, and we couldn't even bring anybody from the ranks either. So we really struggled this season in the window. However, for £7.5 million, we're bringing Pelestri from Napoli as a right wing. Oda's not too bad actually, and I think a little bit of stern competition won't go amiss. And I think already he's doing wonders for us with a goal and some assists as well. I think he's reasonably good as well. Dribbling, acceleration and pace, superb. Finally, a last signing, £17 million from Sassuolo. Again, a very good season last season. Stats-wise, looks really superb. And I think he'd be the perfect player to sit in this DLP role and somebody who's I've been looking to recruit to play in this position, and I think he'll do quite a bit for us, and he's got a lot of potential still left in him. Squad wise, this is our best 11 as we got our goalkeeper Lapini and Pelestri all sitting in alongside everybody else. Although things haven't gone our way so far, we had an unbeaten pre-season with a thrashing at 19-1 victory in a game, which is quite nice, but we did start with 2 draws against Aberdeen and Rangers. We beat Dundee United in the Vibe Play Cup 5-0 in the second round. We beat Livingston 6-1. Then we drew again, this time against Partick 3-3. I think they were away from home apart from the Rangers game. And then we thrashed St Johnstone 5-2 in the last game. The Champions League, we have been drawn against Juventus, FC Lorient, Anderlecht, Arsenal, Nice, Marseille, Napoli and Manchester City. And I think we've drawn Rangers in the quarterfinals of the Viaplay. Wonderful stuff. So that means we are lying 4th position, some way off Celtic, who are 5 for 5. I feel like we are going to struggle this season, maybe. But who knows? We're still unbeaten, same with Rangers as well. And the season preview, wow! Okay, we're down to 9-1 now to win the league. And we've got 3 players in the Dream 11, Lapini, Andrein and George. Excellent stuff. So let's simulate our final season and see where we finish. Well, Hearts have only just gone and done it again. Top of the table. We've battered the big teams in here. Rangers are so far behind. They were where Hearts were a couple of seasons back. But Celtic just 2 points in it, losing the second to last game, which probably cost them actually. Just find out who that was. Oh, I do believe that we may have won that game. Wow. Okay, we'll have to have a look at the end of the season. But we could have beaten Celtic to win the league at that point. We only lose 2 games as well. St Mirren and Aberdeen. That is disappointing to lose to them 2 teams, which they didn't even, apart from St Mirren and Aberdeen in the bottom half. In fact, they nearly get relegated. But Rangers, what a drop-off for them. We don't get leading goal scorer though, but George and Shankland is there again. I tell you what, this guy is just an absolute beast. 32 years old now, still looks pretty good for the division. And he's still putting it away. How many goals has he got? 226 and 481. But for the 5 seasons we've had here, he has been scoring goals and getting involved. 7+ every single season. Lipani in his first season gets best player of the league. And Jorin as well behind him. And George also. Ramsey and Palestri, top assisters. Lipini gets the most man of the match awards alongside Dundee player there. I can't pronounce his name. Disappointing not to see our goalkeeper though, unfortunately. If we quickly have a look through the results, and oh, wow, look at that. That is fantastic. September. What St Johnstone, Ross County, Hibs even get battered. Celtic we beat 2-0 there. Rangers we draw. So we're still drawing with Rangers. Drew there. Couple of big wins in November. Still unbeaten coming December as well with a win over Rangers and draw with Celtic. And then our losses begin the first game in the new year against Aberdeen 1-0. God, followed by Partick Thistle thrashing 7-2. We lost to St Mirren. In fact, we got battered by St Mirren. But come to the end of the season when it splits in two, 4 wins and a draw. And that was against St Mirren. We beat Kilmarnock, beat Rangers. There it is, Celtic 4-3. So we could have ended up messing things up if we didn't win that game. That is one hell of a phenomenal season, and that's almost unbeaten. But that's 2 titles in 2. And we get to the final of the Scottish Cup, and we win that. We played Hibs, and we thrashed them 4-1. George getting on the score sheet very early on. And then we make it 2-0 inside 20 minutes as well. Palestri to George once again. He gets his double. Shouting for an offside, but clearly not happening. They do get one back though. Running down the left-hand side, the cross in. It's a good finish actually. The goalkeeper you got to question. But just before the half-time, Shankland being injured still goes and does the business. I can't believe he's still playing despite the fact we've got some decent forwards now. Ramsey winning the back and Angerin with a smashing goal there. But once again we dominate the final like we did in the previous season. That's another League and Cup double. Domestic double. Along the way we did beat Spartans 4-0, Kilmarnock 4-3, Celtic 2-1 and St Johnstone in the semi-final. That is superb. Unbeaten in this, so still losing 2 games in this season so far. And unfortunately the Viaplay, despite beating Dundee United and then Rangers on penalties, we bow out in the semi-finals to Livingston. Despite the fact they had a player sent off, they were 2-0 up after 20. They've got Vlahovic. Not the Vlahovic. I'm disappointed not to maintain that cup. Could have been a treble this season. Champions League, however, we weren't so good at. So the league phase, we lost to Juventus, beat Lorient, drew for Anderlecht, Arsenal, Nice, lost to Marseille, and then beat Napoli and Man City with goals from Shankland and George. Also coming to AC Milan in the playoff round, 7-4, 5-2 at home. Palestri got injured as well. That's unfortunate, but again, we're in the Champions League again next season, so we can only improve. Squad-wise for the final time, George, 30 goals with 13 assists. Shankland, wow. It's just amazing. 28 goals and 9. Angerin, 19 and 10. Sherlinov, 17 and 9. Palestri in his first season, 17 and 21. 39 goal contributions. Flipping heck. And Tiste as well, 16 and 4. Lipani from the DLP position at DM, 12 and 17. What? That's insane. Oda, he did get a few games, 6 and 5. That's probably because we locked Palestri in, actually, to be fair. 21 assists from Ramsey, though, which is pretty good. 11 assists from Sangai. He looks pretty good as well. And our goalkeeper, I tell you what, that's made the difference, I feel. 56 goals conceded in 49. That has definitely been the difference this season, I think. 35 conceded in 33. 10 clean sheets as well. 6.94, unfortunately. I mean, that's crazy. But for £300,000, he's probably won us the double. Financially, the money goes up, and so does the transfer budget. Staffing wise, definitely the best. We have dominated Scotland for the past 2 seasons now. League and Cup doubles for the last 2 seasons. That is phenomenal stuff. I dare say we have split the top 2 up. In fact, we've overtaken them. So that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching. I did enjoy this one especially. It was a little bit hard at the beginning. Trying to offload players is very difficult because they're just not worth anything. So in order to replace them, you need money, which we haven't got. And then it's only until you get into the top 3 that you can begin to see some help from the board, which is forthcoming in the end. Especially when we reach the Champions League in the last 2 seasons, you can see the money is there. So that is phenomenal stuff. So yeah, like I said, really did enjoy this one. Thank you very much for watching once again. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you at the next rebuild.